Rebecca Koster. Rebecca Koster vanishes on a rain-soaked evening. Streetlights flicker like dying stars, her name whispered into police radios before her phone even cools. A woman reduced to a missing poster before midnight. Detectives say her name out loud and feel the weight of it, because someone didn't just want her dead, they wanted her erased. Days later a body is found in a shallow wooded ditch, burned, mutilated, stripped of fingerprints, teeth smashed, face destroyed beyond recognition, clothing gone. DNA sabotaged, a crime designed to defeat identity itself. Officers stare in silence, seasoned men shaken. Because this isn't rage, this is intention. Someone studied how humans are identified, and removed every marker one by one, every trace of who she was, except one detail left behind like a signature, a detail so deliberate it feels like a message, not to the police, but to Rebecca herself, and whoever knew her final secret. Detective Hale. Medical Examiner Ross. The autopsy room smells of chemicals and dread, bone fragments cataloged like broken memories. Ross speaks softly, burns inflicted after death, face destroyed methodically, hands damaged to erase fingerprints, teeth shattered to prevent dental ID. Hale realizes this wasn't hurried, it was ritualistic, weeks of planning wrapped in minutes of violence. Then Ross pauses, breath catches, points to something untouched. A small identifying feature left perfectly intact, hidden, protected. Hale leans closer, heart pounding. This wasn't a mistake, it was preservation, a single mark the killer wanted remembered. Investigators scour Rebecca's life, her job, her relationships, ex-lovers, co-workers, online shadows. They find messages deleted but recoverable, appointments she never told anyone about, a second phone hidden in her apartment, burner style. One contact saved under a symbol instead of a name. Fear creeps into the room, because erasing identity is one thing, leaving a clue is another, and this clue feels personal, intimate, almost tender. Rebecca, in flashback. Rebecca's voice echoes through recovered voicemails, calm, controlled, but strained beneath the surface. She tells a friend she's being watched, that someone knows things they shouldn't. She jokes it off, then goes quiet. CCTV shows her last night, walking fast, checking reflections in windows. A car follows at a distance, never rushing, always there. Witnesses remember nothing unusual, because the predator blended in perfectly. Police trace the burner phone. Leads nowhere, paid in cash, unregistered. Then they study the untouched feature again, a small surgical implant beneath the skin, invisible unless you know where to look. Rebecca had it placed years ago, documented in private medical records, something only a handful of people knew about. Hale feels the room tilt, because the killer didn't just know Rebecca, they knew her body, her history, her secrets, someone trusted, someone close enough to learn what even lovers never noticed. Suspicion tightens like a noose, and suddenly everyone in her life looks different. Suspect interviews. An ex-boyfriend too calm, a colleague too helpful, a family friend who avoids eye contact. Each denies knowledge of the implant, until one slips, just a word, a pause too long, interrogation lights hum, sweat beads. Hale presses harder, and the story unravels. The implant wasn't cosmetic, it stored encrypted data. Rebecca was collecting evidence, financial crimes, blackmail, powerful people hiding behind clean faces. She planned to expose them, but someone found out. Not to stop her, but to reclaim what she carried inside her. The killer destroyed everything that could identify her, except the implant, because that was the prize, except it was never removed, meaning the killer either failed or chose not to. Police extract the data, names spill out, money trails, corruption deeper than expected, arrests begin quietly, headlines stay vague, someone wanted this buried, and almost succeeded. Courtroom silence, prison gates. A suspect is convicted on circumstantial evidence, life sentence. Case officially closed, media calls it justice, but Hale can't sleep, because one detail never fits. Why leave the implant? Why preserve the one thing that mattered most? Years later Hale reviews old files, notices a discrepancy in medical access logs. Someone accessed Rebecca's records after her death, legally, with authorization, someone above suspicion. The killer didn't take the implant because they already had the data. Copied long before. The murder wasn't about theft, it was punishment, a warning to others. Erase the woman, leave the secret, terror without explanation. Hale realizes the convicted suspect was just muscle, not the mind. Final revelation. The untouched identifying feature wasn't meant for police, it was a message to Rebecca: you were known, you were seen, and you were never in control. Hale looks up the authorization signature again, freezes. The name belongs to someone who helped build the case, someone who spoke at the funeral, someone who cried on camera. The final truth lands like a gunshot: the murderer was never hiding in the shadows, they were standing in the light. And they made sure Rebecca Koster would be remembered, only as a warning.